Comey gets awful legal news. It's getting ugly. Mark Pravulovic from Christian News alerts. It looks like the former FBI director is finding himself in a tricky situation as a new investigation is looking into his past behaviors. According to the Washington Times, a probe has been launched to investigate his handling of the Clinton private email server case. The Inspector General announced that next spring the investigation should be finished. Michael Horowitz, the Inspector General at the Justice Department, mentioned that the case was progressing at a rapid rate. We've interviewed dozens of people. We're not at the hundreds yet, but we're in the dozen range, he told the House Oversight Committee, responding to the chairman of the committee, Representative Trey Gowdy's questions. Mr. Horowitz said they'd also reviewed 1.2 million records in the investigation so far, with more to come. The Inspector General added that they were planning to finish the probe by March or April, although he said the timeline could change if new issues emerged. Considering the classified information involved, ex-government employees and their lawyers will need to be rechecked for security clearances, among other things. Mr. Horowitz's investigation focuses on whether or not the Justice Department policies were filed when the FBI Director James Comey investigated Mrs. Clinton's private email server. The latter had made a public announcement exonerating the Democrat presidential candidate in a move that broke from the usual policies. As reported by Fox News, the FBI released documents that proved Mr. Comey began drafting an exoneration letter concerning Hillary Clinton's email investigations months before he had conducted crucial interviews, including that of Mrs. Clinton herself. Several senators at the time wrote a letter to the newly appointed FBI Director Christopher Wray, mentioning that it appears that in April or early of May of 2016, Mr. Comey had already decided he would issue a statement exonerating Secretary Clinton. That was long before FBI agents finished their work. The outcome of the investigation should not be prejudged while FBI agents are still hard at work trying to gather the facts, the senators warned. Mr. Horowitz first announced his investigation in January to investigate many issues related to the presidential race, including suspicions that Mr. Comey violated established procedures when he publicly discussed the Bureau's findings in their investigation of Mrs. Clinton. Although many officials from both sides of the aisle have requested expanding his probe into other controversies, such as President Trump's supposed collusion with the Kremlin during his campaign, the Inspector General's office said they would not look into these issues at this time. Really, one of the things we generally try to do is hold in abeyance any activity while there's an ongoing FBI, or in this case, special counsel investigation, Horowitz said in response to Representative Jamie Raskin, according to Politico. That's what we're doing here. The Inspector General also added that he is determined what these requests relate to the matters and could touch on the investigation, referring to the cases the special counsel Robert Mueller is investigating. The DOJ is launching a probe into Comey's handling of the investigation into Hillary Clinton's email server. Is this too little too late? I would say so. Chairman Gowdy said that he was scheduled to meet privately with the Inspector General on Tuesday afternoon. As for Comey, he has promised to do everything in his power to comply with the investigation, admitting that, yes, I've been interviewed. The Inspector General's looking at my conduct in the course of the email investigation, which I know this sounds like a crazy thing to say, I encourage. As the former FBI director continues to receive scrutiny from some of his questionable decisions, more revelations are expected to come. You think? you think? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.